Hi, I'm Sarah. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you Saint 3D Foundation today. And before I get started, I just wanted to show you what it looks like so you know what I'm talking about. This is my little palette here, and I have two levels. And so one of the things that makes this makeup so amazing is that it's totally customizable to you. So what we'll do is we'll do a color match for you, and you'll pick out your colors, and these are all magnetic. So all of the tins just pop in and out. So like I've had this for so long, they last forever. So as you run out, or maybe, during the summer when you are a little bit darker and tan, you can just pop these out, swap them for different tins as they run out. We also have eyeshadows, a setting powder. So this is all magnetic. So like with eyeshadow, you normally get those big giant palettes and they just have a couple colors that you use. These, you just pick your own, so you never have that big giant palette taking up your makeup bag with a bunch of colors you're never gonna use. So this is what I'm gonna be showing you today is the 3D foundation. I already have my eye makeup done. I do that first, and I will do an eyeshadow demo in a separate video. So today I'm going to do what's called a hack, which is highlight and contour, and I'm going to be using a variety of the different Saint brushes, just so you guys can see the different ones. So I will be doing another demo where you'll just be using one brush, but I wanted to show you all the different ones because they are so amazing. All the Saint brushes are double-ended, so it's like getting two brushes for the price of one. They're all really soft, super high quality. I love them. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I know you guys just wanna see this in action and not listen to me ramble on, so I will just kind of go over more stuff about the makeup as I'm demoing it for you. So I'm just gonna jump right in and get started with it. So when you get color matched, you're gonna get matched with one main foundation color. For me, it's Candlelit, which is this color here. A Brightening Highlight, which is Versailles right here. And then a contour color, which is my indigo right here. And then a lip and cheek. And then we have other options too. This is one of our bronzers. It's called Tan Lines. I love it. I'm so white, and this is actually like a perfect color for me. We have 4 different color bronzers now. And then I use this. This is actually a contour, but I'm gonna show you guys, I use it to color correct. So we have our creams can be like multi-use. So some people use like some of the contours and lip and cheeks, or some of the different colors of highlights to color correct. So I'm gonna show you how I color correct my redness. So if you can see, I don't have anything on my face, just my eyes. So I have redness in my cheeks here. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the detail brush, and I use this for contouring. And I'm gonna take this flat end and just dab some of this. This is the color Aspen, and this is great for neutralizing redness before you get into the rest of your makeup. So I'm just gonna dab some on here. And I have some freckling too, so this kind of just like evens out this whole area where it's red and where it's kind of freckly and different colorations under there. I'm 44 and spent way too much time in the tanning bed back in the day and have a little bit of sun damage on my face. So I'm just kind of gently dabbing this on. I don't need too much. You really don't need much of any of these creams. They're super pigmented, and as they get on your face, they warm to your skin and just kind of melt and become like a second skin. They're really wonderful for, especially for any age really, but as we get more mature, the cream foundation is ideal for mature skin. Okay, so that's actually, I'm gonna put a little bit on my chin too. It's kind of red today. Okay, so that's all I need, and you can see how my redness is like gone. Like just like that. It's super easy. So that's a good, I feel fuzzy on my face. That's a good place to start. So next I'm gonna go into my main foundation, and this is my favorite brush. When I color match you, I'm definitely gonna recommend you get this brush. I use this more than any of the other ones, and it's a great brush to start with. So I'm gonna use the smaller end of it, and just lightly dab into my main color of foundation, which again is Candlelit. And I'm gonna take it just kind of around my jaw here. So I'm gonna apply this pretty much anywhere where I'm not going to apply the brightening highlight or the contour. So go around this side of my jaw here. And this is a beeswax based, it's super clean. There's only like, I think 5 ingredients in these cream makeups. So they really feel amazing on your skin. And I can't remember if I just said, but it's like a beeswax base. So it's like really healing and just nice for your skin. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up here because this is somewhere where I'm not going to have my highlight and contour. So the idea of this makeup is that you can do it in one layer. So normally, you know, you have your layer of foundation, and then you have your layer of concealer, a layer of bronzer, a layer of blush, a layer of highlight. You have all these different layers. So the idea of this makeup really is to just place the colors where you need them. You can have multiple layers like I'm gonna have right here on this redness. You know, if you need to do some color correcting, or if you want more of a full coverage look, you can definitely do that. But if you do like a more natural look, then you can totally get all of your highlight, contour, blush, all of that in pretty much one layer, or very thin, multiple layers. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this down my neck a little bit. And I'm just like hardly dabbing any on. I guess I'll show you guys. I'm just doing that, like getting hardly any on. And like I said, these are super, super pigmented, so you really don't need much. Okay, so that's probably about it for my main color. So next, this is that same brush I just used. This is the detail brush. This is what I'm gonna use for my contour. So this is one that's kind of unique. You probably don't have something similar to this in your makeup bag already. So this is another one you might want to consider starting out with. This is perfect for contour because it has this kind of squared flat end that is great for that. So this looks crazy dark, right? But these all blend so well that I'm obviously very fair and this works for me. So I'm gonna dab some of this on to my brush, and then what you're gonna wanna do is find where your cheekbone is, and then just bring this up right underneath of it like that, just like that. And then same with the other side, like that. And then what I like to do is just kind of like pull it up so it's more natural, like a shadow looking, and you can blend this all out at the end too. But just so you don't have just like a harsh line there, I kind of just like dab and pull this up a little bit. And if you can tell, or maybe you can't, I don't know, I can tell I got a little too much on this side, but this makeup is literally foolproof. So what I'm gonna do is take the fluffy end, this is that one that I said is my favorite brush, and just kind of blend it, and look, no big deal. I kind of love it when I mess up on these videos because then it can show you guys how foolproof this makeup actually is. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on my other side as far as like pulling this up. And so you just want this to give you some definition to your cheekbone. You want it to just kind of make your cheekbones pop a little bit. So you don't want like a harsh line there. You want it to look more like a natural cheekbone shadow. Okay, so there's that. So then this is like the showstopper here. Okay, ready for this? So my jaw is not very defined. I have kind of like a small jaw. So I use my finger for this part, just because I feel like I can feel better where it's supposed to go. So I'm just gonna dab a little bit of this on my finger, and then go to my jaw, the start of my jawline, and just pull it down. like that. And so I'm going to show you guys, so I haven't even blended that yet, but look at that side, my hair, and look at this side. So now what I'm going to do is take, this is the fluffy end of that brush again, and just blend this out. And you can kind of pull it down your neck a little bit. And boom, I have a jawline. So let's do the same thing on the other side. And just pull it right along the bottom edge of that there. Like that. And then something else I like to do is I take this detail brush again and dab a little bit on and see where your natural line, where your natural shadow is here. I like to take this and just pull some of that back a little bit. I have kind of like some loose areas on my neck there, and it kind of helps camouflage that. I actually had somebody comment on one of my photos and was like, this is kind of like a weird thing to comment on somebody's photo anyways, but she commented and asked me when I got it was either my neck or my chin done, and I was like, no, I didn't. It's just the makeup. So that was kind of cool. So I'm gonna blend that out again. So now you can see it, like, it's not weird looking. It doesn't look like I have a bunch of makeup under there. It's just created this shadow under there that totally just gave me a jawline, which is amazing. So contouring is pretty much like a push-up bra for your face. You can sculpt your face in different ways you like. In a minute, I'm gonna show you how I contour my nose. So, depending on what features, you know, we're not trying to make you look like somebody else, but maybe any distractions on your face or things that you don't love, we can help kind of camouflage those and then accentuate the features that you do love. So like if you had kind of a larger forehead, you can take the contour and bring it around the edge, and that'll help make your forehead look a little bit smaller. This just around your hairline, and you can see how easily this blends. It's amazing. So then you can take this is what I always use for blending. I also use it for my bronzer, but the fluffy end of this blush and bronzer brush. So you see how often I use this one. It's my favorite. Okay, so I'm done with my contour other than my nose. I do that last. So next I'm going to take my brightening highlight. So this is something that you're going to use. You might refer to it if you currently use a contour and highlight as your highlight. So this would be like, you know, how you got those like super, super light concealers and put them under your eyes and down the center of your nose, your forehead. So you bring the light to the center of your face to bring attention to your eyes. But those concealers are so heavy and so thick and like drying looking and cakey, and oh my goodness, under my 44-year-old eyes, it is not a good look. So these cream makeup, it's amazing because it'll blend in. You don't need very much, so it's not going to have an opportunity as much to settle into those fine lines. So this is another favorite of mine. This is the Buff brush. I'm going to do the smaller end of it, and it has these really nice, dense, soft bristles. So it helps pick up a lot of makeup. So this is for more of a full coverage brush, I'd say. So you don't need much. So I'm just going to dab a tiny bit on there. And then I'm going to start. So again, I have the small jaw, the small chin. So by highlighting this, brightening this, area here on my chin, it makes it pop more, and you can use this other end of it to kind of blend it as you go if you want. Okay, so then I'm gonna take it and go up under my eyes. So I start over here and I kind of stipple it over and out to the end of my eye, so that way where I do have more fine lines over here, it's the least amount of makeup over there. I start here where there's more and where that's really going to make a noticeable difference. And you can see the difference in my eyes, how like nice and smooth and bright and even that looks under this eye compared to this sad one. So let's go ahead and do that one next. So again, I'm just gonna dab some on, and then starting over here and stippling it over. So you don't want to swipe the makeup since it's a cream. You're just gonna, and we will set this at the end, but before you set it, it's a cream, so you're just gonna end up smearing it. So you do want to just kind of dab, stipple, whatever you want to call it, on there. So you're gonna go in this kind of a shape under your eyes. I just wiped it off. Okay, so nice and bright under my eyes, looking refreshed. And then I'm gonna do just a little part in the center of my forehead here too. Again, we're just kind of drawing light into the center of our face because I want people looking at my eyes. It's my best feature, I think. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to contour my nose. I have a super prominent nose. I have my dad's nose. So I like to try to contour it just to make it look a little more slimmer. So to start with, I'm going to take this brush. It's called the Smudge Brush. And if you have a cute little nose, you can skip this part, but just in case you don't, I am going to show you. So I take my Brightening Highlight and just dab some on to the flat end of this. You can even use your finger for this. I just wanted to show you guys all the different brushes in this video. So I'm gonna take this, and this is how I do it. There's tons of different ways you can do it. This is how I do it. So I just kind of apply some of this down the center of my nose here, like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to blend this. And then what I do is I take my Perfector sponge, and I got this wet before I started making this video. I dried it in a towel a few times, I squeezed it out a few times, and then it's been sitting here drying. So it's not very wet, it's just kind of barely damp. This is a great thing to have, especially if you are like over 40 and worried about your makeup settling into fine lines. As a last step in your makeup, to just kind of dab this under your eyes. It will remove any excess that you have and kind of press the makeup into your face. Yeah, while removing the excess so that there's not going to be any to go into your fine lines. Okay, so then I'm also going to use this to tap this in on my nose there. So there's my brightening one. That's the first part. And then this is actually our eyeshadow everything brush, but I do love this for contouring my nose too. So I'm going to take it into my contour here, and then just starting at the bottom here, I'm just gonna go up, and you see how I'm kind of bringing it in. See where my natural shadow is? I'm bringing it up a little bit. So that's making my nose up here more narrow. And then you want to bring it up under your eye so it looks like more of a natural shadow. It's following that whole shadow line up. See that? And then the cool thing about using this eyeshadow brush is the other end is this fluffy end, and you can kind of just like blend it as you go. So I'll just blend that in there, and then I'll do the other side. And pull this up again. Like that. And my nose, okay, it's wide and it's long, so I've narrowed it. Let's give it a little bit shorter of appearance. So take the contour down on the end of it here. Okay, then what I like to do is take the other end of this smudge brush, this is the flat end of it, and go back into my brightening highlight and just pull this up the side of my nose here, right below where I did that contour line, and bring it down, and this kind of just like blends it all together and just gives it a little bit There we go. And we'll do this on the other side. Okay. Like that. Yeah? Looking better? Okay. So it still looks a little crazy right now, right? So I'm going to take this Perfector sponge again and ta-da. I love this makeup. It's magic. Okay, so final step. Let's see. Almost final step. I'm going to go ahead and use some bronzer today. So this is the Tan Lines bronzer, and I'm using the fluffy end of my blush and bronzer brush. And I'm just going to tap some on here. And I'm going to go around the edge of my face here like that. And just kind of tapping it on here. Isn't that nice? It just totally warmed up my face. Do some up to here. Cool. All right, and then let's do some blush. So this is the color Nude. This is my all-time favorite. If I color match you, I will probably start you with Nude just because it looks amazing on everybody. We have a ton of beautiful lip and cheek colors, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like this one is such a great place to start. So this is the blend brush, and I just put a tiny bit on there. And then you want to start up here at the top of your cheek and then kind of work your way down. That'll help lift your face by putting it up there. Give it more of a lifted look, which is something somebody my age can definitely appreciate. Okay, so then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Now, you need to set your makeup, most likely. Not everybody does, depending on your skin type, but most people find they need to set their makeup. So we have a setting spray that'll give you more of like a dewy finish. And we also have a setting powder that comes in a handy little tin that can pop right into your compact. I love this. So I typically go with the setting powder just because I kind of get a little more shiny. So this is the powder brush, and I usually just get a little bit on here and dab it on my chin. I usually do my T-zone basically, and then a little bit under my eyes. So just kind of tap it on there, and I do a little bit under my eyes just to kind of set that makeup under there a little better, like that, and then down my nose. All right, you guys, I'm so happy that you joined me today and I got to share this makeup with you. I would love to color match you, so please reach out. You can send me a makeup-free selfie while you're standing in front of a window. Like right now, I'm in this amazing natural light in front of my window. You want to be about, I don't know, 3 feet back from it, makeup-free, and message it to me, and I will get a color match for you. And if you have any questions about any of this makeup, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right, I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks. Bye.